Conversations with Cliff. I'm a free-thinking spiritual beast. We can keep it ratchet or classy. I'm here for the conversation.
Why do people stay in relationships past the expiration date?
It depends. They got kids.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a lot of reasons. You take those vows, you do say forever, you say for better or for worse. And when I took them, I meant them. However, for me, when I saw that it was becoming toxic, it trumped it for me when it becomes toxic. But I feel like a lot of people don't want to believe that it's become toxic, or they want to believe that things will change, and so they stay. And we also come from a generation where parents stay for kids. My mom used to say it all the time. I'm staying for you kids. I'm staying for you kids. I heard it a lot.
People stay for a lot of reasons. Mostly fear.
Or not wanting to be alone, or not thinking you can do it by yourself.
Yes.
It's a lot of that for me.
Yeah.
Even me as a man, when I think about, you know what, fuck this shit, right? It's the whole fear of dating, the whole fear of being by you know what I mean, being by yourself or something like that all over again. You know what I mean? Or knowing the fact that if you got kids, you got now you have to find a schedule and a structure to see your kids and pick up and drop off.
Crazy.
That's just stupid to me when I know I'm used to waking up and falling asleep to my kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, that's like a big fear for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my relationship now, knowing that I had a son before, she said she would never, make him like hide him from you or whatever the case is. And then we ended up splitting up. She moved to Atlanta, New York, Florida, everything. So for 4 or 5 years, it was hard for me to see him, and then I ended up having my daughter with my wife now. You see what I'm saying? And so I get to raise a kid who I ain't get to see, and so to me, I'm like, I hated it.
Yeah.
After not having a father from 6 to 21.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? So for 60 years, I said, I'd be damned if I let my kids like that.
Right.
So sometimes you endure a lot of shit you probably shouldn't do based off of certain circumstances.
Yeah. And let's be clear. This is not a slight against. Let me speak for myself. It's not a slight against my wife. Like, I'm not staying just because of my kids or our kids rather. I love my wife. I love her. Like, I don't like her sometimes. Shit, she get on my goddamn nerves. I don't want to be out. But if you ask me why am I staying, say 80% of the reason because of my kids and my past life, like not my past life, but what I went through growing up. I don't want my kids to be without me. I don't want to be without my wife, but primarily I don't want to be without my kids. Like, I don't want nobody else raising them.
But he's saying that, and what I hear him saying is what I feel too. Not to say, I'm staying for the kids. I'm staying for the kids to give them more of a structure, to give them more of that hope of, damn, I remember when mom and dad fell out and damn, they still together. That 20 years later,
ain't
like
no toxic shit.
But at what cost though? Because that's where I'm.
Yeah, but once it get to that point of like you said, if it's too toxic, then yes, there has to be that cutoff.
Divorces are hard. Okay, I would not have ever wished that on anybody, especially not for myself. I didn't want it. I knew it was gonna, especially my ex-husband. I knew what kind of man he was, and I knew that when he didn't like somebody, they felt it. If you were an enemy of his, I always told myself, I never want to be an enemy of his, and ended up being an enemy of his in that divorce. So you always had that fear of, oh my God, I had never had any experience in court. Like, I've not ever been arrested, like straight laced, and it was an awful experience. The divorce was terrible. However, I knew that staying would have been worse, and I didn't want my son to grow up where he saw true black love, beautiful marriage, and then toxicity, and to grow up and think that this is how it's supposed to be.
It was okay still.
Right.
So hurtful because me and my husband, we had this conversation. I asked him why he married me. Why did he want to stay in a marriage that I didn't want to stay in? And he said the same thing, like, y'all, for my son, he don't want my son to experience, a single parent household, or not be able to wake up with him like he does. And to me, it was such a slap in the face. And I don't know, but I'm not a man. This is just me receiving it.
It was a slap in your face because there was nothing about you and wanting to stay with you.
It's So then, what is my motivation? Because listen, in my mind, children are resilient. You know, and it would turn into if there's no love there, no respect, no admiration, like it is gonna turn toxic. And then what about the kids then? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother situation. So it's like it's nothing about me aside from the fact you just don't want to lose in general. You don't want to fail. You know, it's nothing about me that's keeping you here. It's a slap in the face. Like, why the fuck would I stay?
And you gotta be
That's
okay.
hurtful.
You gotta be okay in order for your kids to be okay. And
Yes.
I also looked at that like, damn, these last 6 months of my marriage, I'm not okay.
When the kids are gone,
my son picking up on that.
when the kids are gone, then what? Right? Because kids grow up,
right?
Which is why your spouse is supposed to come first, right? If we talking biblically, you know, it's you and your spouse.
I say myself first.
I mean, but you know,
I know
it's
I just
you
asked
and
that question. Go ahead.
I saw that on there.
But your husband should come before your children, biblically, you know, and technically. But it's because y'all become one. Your children grow and go live their own life, and they don't give a shit about what mom and daddy doing no more. At some point, yeah. I mean, but you know what I'm saying. So
especially that 4-year-old
if it's just for the kids and all of the time that it takes to raise them, when they are gone, then what? You've wasted.
But I told my wife though, I said, listen, the time that we had before, we were best fucking friends. We went on dates. We talked in the car for hours until the motherfuckers got foggy. You know what I'm saying? Random ass shit. We didn't kiss, we didn't touch, we talking like, damn, well, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. Right now, you got kids now. You got responsibilities. Yeah. You got a better job. I got a better career. Shit is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the time is not there anymore. So I tell my wife, I said, if we're gonna stick this out, really stick this shit out, you gotta understand we have to get back to ourselves once the kids is gone. Yeah. So this is our responsibility. Once you said, hey, we want kids, okay, cool. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Do you know what all that entails? Because I don't really think people really do. Yeah. So when you have the kids, we're on the back burner now. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Now, when you hear people say, well, make a time to date night, make a whatever, you have to do that. Now, if you don't do that shit, you have to wait 18 to 22 years until the niggas graduate, get out of school, and then you back to who y'all were.
But you know, because truly, by that time, though, it's so much that has festered, right? That hasn't been addressed. If y'all not staying in touch with one another. Like, and ultimately, I feel like in my relationship, we don't have the love to fall back on. You know, when you don't like a person, when you don't feel like it, when shit is difficult, when you do want to say fuck it, we don't have a foundation of love and respect to fall back on to push us forward. And I think so. We talked about
when a woman's done, she's done. We talked about that off camera.
But,
I feel like when a woman is done, she is done.
You know,
when a man is done, he's done. Yeah.
And it's true, but you know, but men tend to stay when they're done, where women are like, we gone. But men like, shit, I ain't leaving her. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do in the midst
because
of
we don't have the luxury to check out and leave. We don't have the luxury to say, I'm out.
First of all, don't say check out. Out physically, possibly, I can see that. But check out mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can check out in that area, but we can't just say, I'm gone. Because it's going to come over.
I feel it's harder for us to do that based off of, oh shit, you got to deal with child support. You got to deal with this. Got to deal with
but a lot of men stay because of that goofy ass shit too, and that's not the right.
But what I'm saying is that is our problem. That is a problem. Right. That is just like you may stay with your mate just because he was the breadwinner. Yeah. So you like, what the fuck am I gonna do if we break up? So it's the same kind of a thing. You're right. You see what I'm saying? So it's a pool, however it is, but men stay for certain reasons just as well as women stay. Yeah. Well, this is all I know, or he does this for me, or he pays all blah blah blah. Sometimes, okay, at what point do you say, fuck that?
Listen, and maybe I'm so lame and just naive and gullible or whatever, but I want it to be love. It don't always gotta be good, man. Pretty. But it don't always have to be that way because life is not. I mean, shit happens, and you can fix finances. You know what I'm saying? You can work through arguments and all that type of stuff, man. But genuinely, I wanna feel love ultimately. Like if he not talking to me for 2 weeks, I know deep inside he love me though. He love me though, and he gonna ride for me.
Can you fix love?
Can you fix what?
Can you fix love?
What do you mean fix love?
You can fix finances. You
You
get a
cannot
better
fix a
job,
lack
then
of love. I
Can
don't
you
think
fix
so.
love?
I don't
I
think so.
think that if you and y'all, how long have you been married?
Shit, long ass time. Shit. Alright, why you put me on blast?
I'm asking because I'm about
Oh
to
my
answer
God.
your question. When you say fix love, I don't really understand that because if I fall out of love with you, is it possible to fall back in? Absolutely.
Okay.
But there is a process. There has to be work that's done. The same thing you got to get me when I fell in love with you, those things need to continue.
Are you offering up that? Are you offering up? This is what you did to get me to fall in love with you. Are you offering that up in the moment when you like I'm done, like I'm cool, and he trying to work back in like baby,
Listen, I
let's
feel
work
like,
it out.
I feel
Are you
like
saying
you ain't out till you out, right? If even in my situation, if my husband applied himself,
my man? Take notes.
well, don't take this. This was probably last year. Last year's note.
I tried, bro.
This
Ooh,
was,
girl.
this was
You
last
don't
year.
watch these?
Possibly. This was last year's note. He's aware.
Nobody.
But you know, you're not out until you're not out until you out. You know, most of the time when we voice our grievances, we want you to do something about it. If she's
When we
not,
stop talking
if
about
she's
it,
not talking right, then
then
listen,
Yeah.
then who cares? But if she's voicing her grievances to you, she wants you to figure out a way to fix it.
So when you get silent, I might as well just unplug the Xbox from the
Get
back of the TV.
scared.
You said what?
You should be
Unplug
scared.
my Xbox
She
from the back of the
quiet.
If
TV.
she gets silent,
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I learned. So this is what we gonna do. Okay,
This
cool.
what this.
I got you.
You say this.
So that's why I say I got this now. I can.
Here's the
Okay,
deal.
let me come
It
down.
takes two to fight for a relationship. Point blank. Period.
Amen.
which is
It
why
takes two. You can't get in that opponent or in that ring without an opponent.
true.
Amen.
But respect is huge.
It
That
is.
is-
But men, in my past experience, I'll just speak for me. Men want respect all day, but don't respect me. No.
Let me tell you though.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
so,
be mutual
in the
respect around
process
here.
of me going through, deciding if I was going to get a divorce, I started researching, in the Bible, like what the hell are the roles, right? Who's responsible for what? What is a wife? What is a husband? It's for what God say, because really that was my biggest reservation about it. Was my belief. You know what I'm saying? I made a
You grew up
vow, I
in
took a
church?
covenant. Yep. And
We
so,
all did.
yeah, and so I didn't want to break those vows, but I was miserable. And so one of the main
You
things
on
that
fire
it say about a woman, it says that a man is supposed to love his wife, but a wife is supposed to respect her husband. Love is not mentioned.
It's not a thing. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not.
But who wrote the book?
Cliff, we're not gonna start.
A poet, nigga?
A poet, a man wrote that book, and that's why he gonna make it. It's gonna favor him.
I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying, but I'm not saying that
Changing
love.
the show topic.
I'm not saying
know.
that love is non-existent, right? But
That's not
if
the
you
key.
don't respect your husband, you can't love him. Not that way.
I think
Not
You
that
can't
way.
feel love if the
Yeah.
respect is not there.
Yeah.
Because with me, I don't care about shit my wife do to a certain extent.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, if you go out, and my thing is with women, some women just put on clothes because it's comfortable. And sometimes with, say, my wife is thick to me, right? I don't care what the fuck you wear. You can wear my clothes, you still gonna see your body,
Yeah.
right? So my thing is, just respect me enough to where, like, motherfuckers ain't just like looking at you. They gon', you know what I mean? They gonna look, but respect me enough to care
Not to
about
put it out
yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So-
let me get on, speak on that. Let's go into insecurity. Not saying you're insecure, it just brought me to this. If a man has a woman that like show cleavage a little bit, whether she with you showing cleavage or without you, does that bother you? If she's out here, in a
I can't
cute
wear
little
gray
top-
sweatpants. My wife don't buy them. I can't wear them. And then if I do, you gotta wear the tight boxers, nigga. You gotta wear the boxers.
Are you allowed to wear gray sweatpants when you're out with her?
with a big
That's
old
mutual.
jacket?
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, insecurity, that's not hot. Like, I should be able to wear whatever I want to wear, whether I'm with you or not. It don't mean I'm not. It don't mean I'm out here being
No,
alone.
my thing is, it's the way you carry yourself to
It's
me. It's just
respectful.
what it
That's
is.
what I was about
But if that's just like if I had gray
There's a
sweatpants
difference
and
between
I knew I
respect
just
versus insecurity. There's a huge difference.
let me put this mug all the way to the right today.
Yeah.
Ha! Like you know what I mean?
You gonna get this.
That's wrong. That's like you saying if you was getting dressed and you say I'm about to kill their ass with these today.
Today is the day.
No, that's extra to me. But if you just got dressed and you didn't even think about it, and they're like, "Damn, girl, them titties sitting up today, girl, gone." You know what I mean? To me, that's different.
It's respectful.
It's just respectful. Like,
Sometimes it go both
If
ways.
if your wife go out with a little bit of cleavage, she's not with you, that's disrespectful to you?
I'm not tripping.
no, I'm not tripping.
I'm not tripping.
I'm not tripping on that
You
either.
go out and your
She
cheeks
carries
is hanging out.
It's just distasteful for me. That's like say for
Like you
instance,
going
right?
to look for something.
That's like me saying,
How come she can't be dressing for herself?
You can. That's cute.
I'm just
That sound
asking.
good. That sound good. If you know,
but
ladies, men, we all
I
know
dress
when
for
we
me,
put on
baby.
certain things, we
I
know what
look
kind of
cute.
attention
I
is
dress
gonna
for
come with
me.
it.
I mean, yeah, but you know.
But
also,
again,
too,
it has
that's
there's a difference
what I'm
between
saying.
insecurity versus.
But it's not me being
Respect.
insecure. If you
It
know,
depends.
if
It
you
I
depends.
ain't
know,
insecure, but
It depends.
I'm more or less
It
it's a
depends on
respect.
it's
the
a respect
delivery.
thing.
But
It's
Sheila,
the
too,
delivery.
you also had to consider the type of woman that you are,
Right.
right?
Facts.
Your dressing sexy might be a whole lot different than
Somebody
else's,
True.
right? Because you carry yourself in a certain type of way.
Absolutely.
You know, so it does require some type of taste, decorum, all of that. Like, man, come on now. You see the women, they be out here panties and bras with the fishnet on top. It's a bit much.
Come on.
That's
not-
I'm insecure because I'm like, yo, what you doing?
I like to dress cute, and when I was married, I used to, dress again for me. Sometimes a little cleavage out, or if I got my cleavage out, my legs covered, or vice versa. But that ain't for no man, other man.
I'm a
Yeah, but it's-
And if I'm being accused of
I don't know
that,
if you've
that
ever
sounds a
seen
little
me
like
out.
insecurity to me.
When I go out, 9
Just
times out of
saying.
10, it's skin tight, shimmered, high heels. Listen, I'm out. But I don't necessarily. To me, and make my husband, he's never complained. My husband's not somebody who. But also, I have a certain level.
I'm not tripping if it's just the way you carry it. Like,
Yeah, it's just the way you
can't
carry.
be
You
out
can
here
have throw on
damn near naked,
whatever,
and
and
I'm
I'm
being
like,
insecure,
oh, okay.
and you damn near naked. Like, you might as well just go outside. Go get the attention you're looking for, because that's what you're doing.
So there's some levels to it.
It's a level to it. You can't tell me I'm being insecure and you everything out. They can see everything. They can see a little.
What, Cliff, what you mean, everything out?
If
This is so
I can
subjective.
see
Like
your
if I see you getting
your
dressed and then you in there, you like,
All
take
that?
that shit off.
all right,
Take that,
No,
cause I don't know,
that's
cause if you doing that at the house,
Oh my
you know what I mean? You getting dressed, you
It's-
looking in the
it's-
bag, I was like, I can only imagine what
She
the
ain't
hell you
about to
about to
let
do with
she's
you.
not about to let
and
anyone dance on her, okay?
I like really short skirts. Even the short skirts.
I try to
have a
choose,
high
but my legs
split.
are out of cover up here.
Yeah.
All the girls out, I wear,
Mix and match it.
Yeah, but if your cheeks should not be hanging out,
Hanging out? What that mean?
your booty, I should not see your ass.
Now we gotta do
If
this.
your wife decides to go out for girls' night,
Yeah.
Cliff, and her cheeks are out, you about to have a problem with it? Is she dressing for her?
It's
Is she
gonna
not about to
around
be up?
slow
Listen,
season
she's not about to be
and
up on no
flower
guys. They're not
I
gonna be
don't
in
know
her
that.
face.
Let me
don't know
know.
You
You
should
can't-
know it,
nah.
my guy.
I ain't
You
gonna
should
lie,
know that.
that would bother me. Your
Oh,
booty out,
Lord.
you can have titties out, your ass is already gonna be seen.
It's already gonna be seen.
You
Where
already
at?
see
Where
your
you
head.
at?
You say insecure?
It has to be, y'all, because
Let me
if
tell
you
you
know
what's so
your
toxic,
woman
though.
and she's carrying herself,
All right,
correctly,
okay,
and
all
she's
right,
got
okay.
short
Imagine,
shorts on,
all right.
what's
So
the
say
problem?
Cliff,
Let me tell you
Cliff,
what's so
You go out with your
funny
gray
is that-
sweatpants, you lying.
Cliff
So
got-
go out with your gray
right, and
sweatpants.
but that's
if
fine.
you my man,
But
I
say
trust you.
Cliff got muscles and shit, right? I got
Cliff,
tattoos.
it's hard for him
and-
to hide them.
But I'm saying, man, now he get hot in the club. He
In
get
the
hot in the
club.
club.
Go ahead,
Take
bro.
this motherfucking shirt
Go
off.
ahead, but guess what?
Why would you take that
But
shirt
guess
off?
what?
That would be
But
extra.
you asked me to
No,
be honest
what?
with you. You take
Your
your shirt
booty
out
out.
in the club, that's fine. But if you my,
Look at
but
those
it is.
thighs.
Your booty
No,
out
it's
with
not.
high
I guess
split.
I'm just rare because it is for me. You can take your shirt off. You can wear your gray sweatpants as long as you carry yourself correct. No woman should be up on you.
I'm
You know what I
not
mean?
lying.
You should be
This is
mushing
where,
these
this
girls
is
up
why
at your
I
face.
say
Like,
I'm a little bit
I'm
toxic.
cool with it. I'm
She said I'm a little bit
I'm a
tough.
little
I'm
bit
different.
toxic, and I have to
It's
admit
fine.
that shit.
You can have your gray
I
sweatpants.
have
That's
toxic.
fine. That's
Hey,
fine.
cause that's why I thought
That's
if
mine.
I can wear my gray sweatpants.
And
you
that's
can wear
mine.
whatever
And
you
that's
want to.
fine. We on
I
the
have
same
toxic
page.
tendencies.
God damn it.
That's me. I'm just different.
Let me go.
Because if you
Let me go to
if
Walmart
you
and
in the
Target.
club, you in the club,
Stock up.
you wore a shirt to the club.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take it off inside of
Yeah.
there.
Good.
Yes, I'm gonna pull up on you like, why the fuck are you
I'm
in the club
not.
with niggas wilding? I'm
I'm
not
Hey.
like, I gotta
I'm about to be like, I saw you on the gram. Get home. You look good without that shirt, babe. And as long as ain't no chicks up on them, we good.
Ain't no way, because you gonna catch Karen, Lisa.
They can look how they want.
Somebody looking like you.
And they can.
And
It's
now
fine.
you mad.
And also, you can't control. If your partner fine, they fine.
Right.
Yes, I know.
I'm complimenting that.
I'm cool with all
I
that.
like when other dudes look at my wife. Shit, hey, bro, shit,
Right.
you too. That's
I
what
know
I'm
they looking.
There you go.
I know they look.
I know they is.
So let her leave out the house with her booty shorts if she wants to.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, and this
she better have that motherfucker on wrapped around her just like that. Huh?
Exactly.
This another toxic.
Baby, let me give you this flannel.
If my dude is tripping like
Matter of
that,
fact, I can
I
match
got a
your
flannel
outfit.
for you.
I can match your
From
outfit.
behind her. I got one every color for you.
ride it out.
So you gonna be riding
I'm
something,
gonna
not
ride
riding.
it out.
She's gonna be riding something.
Listen, and that's why I say I'm a little toxic. If my dude tripping like that, like, listen, you can't wear that out. I'm likely gonna stay in and give it to that. Give it to him.
See, but you know what? I don't like to be controlled. Maybe you see Aquarius in me in that circumstance. I'll say. No, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like authority. I don't like to be controlled. It doesn't work well for me, and I'm not controlling either. Controlling is a turn off to me. So
I get it. I got you.
be
So-
real.
So, if and I guess y'all can speak on it. We'll say what we say. If it was over today, what kind of person would you be, relationship wise, the next day? Like,
What do you mean? It's over. It is over for me.
I know it's over you.
Okay. I'm
So when it was over, did you have a moment where you was like, I'm just gonna be cool, be to myself, and get myself together? Or
That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years, Cliff.
So it wasn't no party time.
No,
You ain't
but
out in the
again, I
streets.
can't speak for everybody. The type of woman that I am, it was not like, oh yeah, not for me.
So
I'm not that type
Jabril,
of girl.
I need you to say that real loud.
I'm gonna be real.
So when it's
not
over-
me. I ain't knocking
When
it.
it's
but
over, I could have been.
I'm open to dating, but I'm also a relationship type
I'm
girl
gonna be
though.
in the streets.
I'm not a
Casual dating.
I'm not a casual sex, casual dating type of girl. It's just not me.
Talking about dating?
It's
Nah,
not
I
me.
ain't said dating.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
dating
Nah,
is just
and I'm
not.
not that.
even
I'm the
casual
same way,
sex
so
for
I
me.
wouldn't be like I would take the time to focus on.
That's me,
Yes.
right? That's why I said I'm ready for a
Because
relationship.
right now I'm
on.
already spending a lot of time, like money wise, time wise, everything like that, to found my relationship.
Right.
Let me get out this relationship. Oh, you telling me I can stay at work? Oh, you telling me I can go out of town and go make some
Yeah,
more
I've
money?
been grinding,
Oh, you telling me I
right.
can go? Oh, nigga, I'm there. Now, if I end up tripping up on some fun along the way, then yeah, we there.
See,
But-
and
This is
I've dated nothing serious because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, stay in what y'all got, okay? If it's worth it, if it's not toxic, because there's no such thing as dating.
She
I'm
said,
serious.
baby.
There's no such thing. And for a girl like me, this is not fun. I'm a relationship type girl. I
Yeah.
love hard. I'm loyal. I work hard. I don't need a man to take care of my son or me unless he wants to.
Yeah.
Because again, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you be the man and do what you gotta do. But it's not fun for me out here because what I have seen in the last almost 4 years since I've been divorced, what I have seen is if you are a woman with standards,
Yes, it's hard.
that's too much work. I want her over here where I can call her any time of the night. I ain't gotta work. I ain't gotta take her out. I ain't gotta feed her. I'm just gonna keep going to her. I got my shit together. There's no reason why I should be single. No reason. I'm a good
That's not
woman,
okay.
Lord. I ain't never had
That's not okay.
problems with infidelity.
I am in a
But again,
marriage.
I'm up here single and it's not fun for me.
I am in a marriage that says that standards is too much damn work for me.
Yikes.
Okay?
Yikes.
You
Hey,
see?
listen, I am the standard, damn it.
I am the damn standard. Listen,
You know what I mean?
which is why, but
You
you
didn't
know,
answer my question. Do you have any brothers? Okay, well, he didn't answer my
I got
question.
some friends.
I got some
cousins.
friends.
Okay, look me up.
So when I say that I'm gonna be in the streets, but I'm a relationship person too. But yeah, I mean, I want if I'm gonna get into a relationship, it do have to be all or nothing, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, and I say that liberally, you know, because you can't have it all. But yeah, it's all or nothing. So I cannot get into a relationship right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like.
Because it also makes your partner think, well, damn, we just got, and you already.
Who gives a shit?
Plus,
But
I've been in a
no.
relationship.
But you know they will.
I don't
But I didn't
care.
care. I was just growing. I just knew I
Let
needed
me-
to go to therapy.
let me tell you
grow.
what
Plus, I've been in relationships. I was
like
like
I needed
20.
to work on me.
You know what I mean? Like 19.
Yeah,
or
and I
something.
met my ex-husband. And I had just turned 21. So
Yeah.
right.
So like to me personally, like I love the thought of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
I love the act of being in a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it's more or less like you say, when they get too fucking toxic, it's like.
I mean, people gotta learn how to exit stage left. I'm gonna be real, and I'm not trying to tell people to duck out on their marriages and stuff like that and give up. Like I said, I realized, and again, based on what I saw when I was a kid, I just knew what I was not gonna put up with, and I knew when it was getting toxic. And I thank God for having that vision, because a lot of people don't see it, and it gets bad. It gets terrible, and and life is short.
You know, because because me and my husband have been together for 10 plus years as well, and it's just like, if in 10 plus years we got this shit figured out, I'm not gonna waste another 10.
Yeah.
You know,
I just saw myself. I told myself, if I stay, I'm not gonna recognize me. I can't do it. If I stay,
I can't
I'm
lose.
not going to. Because I don't recognize him anymore. No disrespect to him. We in a great place now. Thank God, we're in a great place. We co-parent great. Like, I could even call him a friend now. It wasn't always like that. Nice. But I knew if I stayed, I was going to lose me. And remember, my son is number one. And so to answer your question that you posted on the page, I got to be okay first. Yeah. So I'm number one, essentially. Yeah. He's number two for me. Yeah. Because I can't be the parent I need to be for him if I'm not okay. So I told myself, if I stay, I'm going to lose me, and that scared me. That vision scared me. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, this is toxic. I got to get out. And everybody doesn't have that. They want to live in la la land, want to be delusional, and I was thankful to have that.
I
you said, what about social media?
They want to live in social media.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that. And you know what? And I ain't trying to be rude, but the people flexing the hardest on social media with their mates.
Oh my God.
It's the most miserable.
Yes, and then the husband be in everybody inbox and whatnot, and you know.
Jada and hey, you know what? Hey,
don't start.
Hey.
What did Jada say? I missed it.
Nah,
woo.
Jada told.
What did she say?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, she told Gwyneth Paltrow that Will's sex was trash.
Right now, like currently trash.
Wait, what's that?
Let me ask you. Wait, can I get?
It wasn't an actual quote. It was.
Can I get the timeline? She said it right now, like it's currently trash.
It was literally. All I know is it's a recent thing on Instagram. Yeah. And then he's like going down to like kiss her, and her face just looks so fucking bland. You know what I'm saying? And then it had like the little.
Why she saying that?
First of all, I don't know why. Listen.
What do you mean it had to be something? She messed with the man. Come on, man.
So, but
August Alsina gave her that ooh-wee, and she ain't
went back since. She went cut her hair off, all kind of shit.
But you know, because Will and Jada, and you can tell that they are in a functional relationship.
They're in a toxic relationship.
But let's not.
They've been swingers probably all their life, and then now the shit hit the fan, and it shouldn't have.
Exactly, but they made a conscious decision to be that. Let's not
understand that.
Why ain't nobody talking to you?
Right, she all up in our mix.
Let's not allow Will Smith to be a victim. We're not gonna do it.
Hold up. Wait. Look, if you reverse that, we're not saying Will Smith is he ain't did nothing foul or bad. We don't know. But the thing is, we should know that his sex is trash or the intimacy is trash or whatever.
Hey, they still together, so that's why I don't understand. Like, y'all still together.
So then my question is, and I asked you this though, Cliff, how is she wrong for voicing it at all, or is her friend fucked up for putting it out there? Like, how did it get
all
out there?
All of the above. We should know that.
Can I ask a question?
You don't know
Say
the
Will
context of
did
their
it.
conversation.
Say Will did it, right?
Hold on.
Say Will did it.
That's wrong.
But I'm saying though, right now she ain't really getting ridiculed like she should be. You know what I'm saying? She ain't getting ridiculed.
She ain't getting
ridiculed
drugged
from it. Like, she ain't getting drugged through the mud based off it. Let Will they would have brought a young lady in the house. She would say 17. She's going through some shit. Now she's 21. She's a little older, and now I done found myself sleeping with this young lady.
Now Jada foul as hell for that August Alsina situation.
She is getting more past than he.
Yeah, but I'm saying if that was him with a little young, come on, dog, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't saying Jada innocent. I thought we was talking about just the vocalization realization of
Yeah.
her not really appreciating.
Was it an interview that was? I'm just trying to find out the
No,
context of it.
so it was. She told her friend,
And like not even on a social platform or anything.
not that
Y'all just talking like right now,
Okay,
and
girl.
she ended up talking
She
about
told
her mate.
friend, and we don't know what her actual quote was, what she said to her, but essentially that
So why
the
was it
sex
repeated?
wasn't good.
Why was it
repeated?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, is she wrong for having a
Okay,
conversation,
with her
a
friend?
candid conversation
No.
with her friend?
Gwyneth is wrong there. I agree with
Or
that.
whoever she said it to for them to put it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It
why would
should
you?
it should have never came
Come
out.
on, Cliff.
Cliff, you don't
We
talk
sitting here
about
having a
stuff
whole
with your boys.
conversation about our
Come
marriages.
on, man. Okay, so I'm supposed to come back to the house after you said my.
We don't know what you're supposed to do.
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm
if you
out.
act
I
like
would
people
hope
don't
you
talk
get
to
your
their
stroke
friends
out.
about their relationship, it's crazy. Stuff gets talked about. You know what I mean?
Get my stroke. Will is damn near 50, right?
Hey, listen to
He's
what I'm
something.
saying. If you have
But
a
it don't matter.
problem with
Right.
it, right? And so this is another thing. Why he always talking about me and can't say something.
We can't.
We can't come to y'all and say it's trash.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you
please.
can.
Listen.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
What
trying-
I need to
Yes,
do?
you can. What do I need to do?
Do I need to buy them pills off that commercial? Do I need
That
to?
shit trash. Y'all done.
Don't you?
They done.
Do I need to go to Cirillas, buy
Mentally,
some
y'all can't
toys?
look.
What I need
Mentally,
to
y'all
do
can't
first?
get past that. Y'all gonna be
Shit.
thinking about you still my shit. Trash.
No, if you come to me and say, look, the
It
sex
ain't
ain't
even
trash
trash.
like this, I need it to be. We need to figure some stuff out. Cool, let's figure it out. But if you
But
say,
this goes back to what I said at the very beginning of this conversation. I will give y'all this. A lot of women can't even please themselves and they expect men to please
Amen.
them.
tabernacle.
But at
They
the same time,
can't
it's
even
a
reach
comprehension
orgasm
thing too.
on their own, but expect a man to be able to do that for them? No, honey, you have to not do
But you have, it's a comprehension thing. Like, at what point do you feel I can actually talk to my mate? Like, you know what I'm saying? And not have a conversation about it, but he really understands what I'm saying, or vice versa. Because in sex with women, about 80% of the time they don't come. You know what I'm saying? It's only the 20%, and then it's
What about me? See, again,
But
I
no,
know my body, but
what
I hear you.
I'm saying, you know the right spot, position, whatever.
And
Like, a lot of people may
had-
not know that
and
shit.
you clearly had a mate that allowed you to.
No, though. I got to learn my body myself first.
But how with him? Like I mean, he's there, right?
Mhm.
So he has to play a part in it.
No, but what I'm saying is you're speaking as if a man gave me my first orgasm.
No,
I gave myself my first orgasm.
Me
So
too.
what I'm saying is that a lot of women haven't done that. So they can't tell a man how to help
but
them
see,
reach
but this is
orgasm
what
because
I'm
they don't even
saying.
know how to do
But
it.
you had a mate who received me.
Got
You
you.
telling him,
After I know
I
myself.
like
Got
this,
you.
I
Right.
like that.
Correct.
You know, a lot of men ain't open
Correct.
to that,
You're right.
especially if
Gotta be
you
confident.
if you in
You're
the
right.
mix of it. Like, could you give me a little of this at the same time?
Got
you.
you.
A lot of women, hold on,
I
hold
hear
on.
you, I hear
A lot
you.
of women are stuck on. You should know how to please me. You should know my. You don't even know your body. How the hell am I supposed to know?
Cliff, now I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it.
You bring it down a
Because
little
you
bit.
got me here. He's
Yelling.
damn
He over there yelling.
the best sex that I have had was with a person that I was very close to, and they took the time to learn, right? So I never said anything. It was I can tell she moving this way
Okay, yeah.
with that, and so
Paying
I'm gonna
attention
try
to your
this a
body
little more. I mean, you know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
And I could tell that
That's a
we
good
close as shit.
Right.
You know, just
Listening
in general,
to your body
before we
language.
were ever intimate sexually, like we were very
But that-
intimate
that-
with each other just
That
in
came
life.
with some other stuff. I'm talking about you.
But that's
in a
where chemistry
relationship.
comes in.
Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody.
But that's
But
like,
Cliff,
but you
but
gotta
so-
be that way though.
but
Like
it's-
if we ever get to any point, rather it was in my past relationship or my wife now, I have to feel you. You see what I'm saying?
Cliff,
If
you
you
cannot
do
put
it,
that on nobody else.
You can't, but you can say, look, you've been making steak well done forever. You get in a relationship with me, and I like my steak medium well, but you like, I'm well done over here. And I'm like, yo, I'm well done. I'm doing
First of all, I don't like the way y'all be trying to impersonate us. But anyway, go ahead.
You
First
do.
of all,
I can tell you
all of this.
right now,
I don't do that.
the most mind blowing sex that I've had was for a person who showed me some new shit I never even thought of. Rare, you say?
What, a pogo stick? What that doing?
Hey,
Hey, we about to
It
wrap
was,
this up.
hey, it was that,
Hey,
it was that ceiling fan
said a pogo.
thing. You
But
know
I
what
mean,
I'm
you know, and
saying?
it wasn't even nothing super elaborate, just some shit that I never tried and didn't even realize that I would like. It was like,
He hit you with the little.
Now you're in front of what hand on neck, what hand on frontal. Now you're in front of his mama.
So you got my hand on your back.
And you wonder why I missed your goddamn old mama house.
Jabril is the type that out there tearing up your damn car because you cut the dick.
Listen, why you being weird to me? What you mean? Why I'm acting dumb, nigga?
Hey, tell them what, Thug and Jabril, where can they find you at?
Don't look for me.
Man. Sheila, where can they find you at on social media? And
Now look, I'm gonna have to, because I'm still a school teacher,
Okay,
so I can't put my hand up. Yeah, hit Cliff up. He'll tell you where to find me.
yeah,
I don't want my students trying to find me.
Gotcha. I'll plug your photography.
Shade photography.
I got you. That's what I needed.
She's very dope. Very, very dope.
Look,
Yeah,
it's been
for
a while.
sure.
But, I dabble. I still dabble.
I'm gonna give you that.
BJ.
Oh man, Mr. BJ, the barber / entrepreneur, tonsorial artist. Man, you can find me on IG at Mr. BJ Gorilla. What am I? I'm on Facebook, Mr. BJ Cuts, and that's MRBJAY. That's where to find you, boy. Also, MrBJs.com.
This man is established.
Man.
I'm looking at it. The space is lovely.
This has been another episode of Conversation with Cliff. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hey man, y'all was dope, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Have me back home.
Yeah.
Can I come back home?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, we down at Mr.
probably won't
BJ's
be
Thompson
asking.
Oil. I always mess that up.
Yeah, he messed it up all the time. So let me say it for him real quick. We down here at Mr. BJ's Tonsorium in Social, 527 Southwest Boulevard, Kansas City, Missouri, 64108. Conversations with Clip. And I'm gonna do that for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna close this out because I don't think he did a good job. You know what I'm saying? But we here with Conversations with Clip. I appreciate him for having us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to be a part of this. Thank y'all.
Thank you for listening. This has been an A2I Media production.